Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Battlefield 2042 Season 7's new visual recoil changes and the unfortunate fact that they have rebugged the entire game's recoil system. Can we get a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Yay, DICE! Yay! So I'm sure you'll be interested to see how they bugged the recoil system before I talk about the visual recoil. But let me just explain what this video is going to be, basically. I'm going to be demonstrating a lot of the weapons. I'm going to be giving my opinions on, whether or not it's a bad addition, and I'm going to be demonstrating a bunch of the different weapon categories, and I'll show you guys the recoil bug, which they re-added into the game. So if you enjoy that, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Thank you to everyone that does that. Today we hit 1,000 viewers on stream. So again, thank you guys for crushing that, and follow the Twitch channel. The easiest thing for me to do right now is to demonstrate one of the funnier ways to show how the recoil system is broken. You can do this yourself if you want. So just to show everyone, my controls are not inverted. Okay, they're not inverted. Now you might wonder, why is Ender showing us his controls and the fact that they're not inverted? Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to aim straight down as far as I can. And then I'm going to start shooting and pull down as hard as I possibly can on this mouse after I kill this idiot. Now, after I do this, you will see I'm controlling recoil, but the weapon is still rising. If this was a normal functional game, and I were controlling recoil like I clearly was in the hand cam, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it, it would simply stay right here. But because the recoil system is bugged in a way, it does this. Right, as you can see, that is not supposed to happen at all. Now we're going to demonstrate another aspect of the recoil bug right now as well. So as you can see, I have my trusty PKP with me, and you might be wondering, Enders, what is that crosshair in the center of your screen? Well, that represents the center of my screen, of course, relative to the point of aim and the red dot and all that sort of stuff, right? So the best way to demonstrate this is to simply shoot, and then I will pull down very hard, and you will see the massive desync between the center of the screen and the sight. Now, you might be asking, well, Enders, isn't that part of the visual recoil changes? Isn't that part of the update? Nope, it's not. This is totally bugged. As you can see, that's pretty clear right there. I'll slow it down for you guys, and let me just demonstrate it a couple more times. What's happening is basically there's just a desync between the sight and the center of the screen. Basically, the center of the screen should never leave where the sight is, and you can really feel it with the PKP. Again, you can try this yourself. All you have to do is go into any sort of test range, or you can do it in game even. Just pick up the PKP and just start shooting. Don't control recoil, and then pull down, and you'll feel it. It's a weird lag behind, and it does not happen in any other game. That's because no other games have this problem, because most games don't have bugged gunplay after 2 years of the game being out. All right, now to demonstrate some of the individual visual recoil changes. Some of the hardest hit weapons are definitely within the DMR and the LMG category, and of course the Deagle and some of the revolvers. The SMGs and ARs, I would say that most of them that I have used, and I tested this extensively on stream today, they're okay. Like, they're not that jarring in my opinion. However, visual recoil in and of itself is sort of a useless and poorly designed mechanic in my opinion, because it definitely lies to its players in terms of where their bullets are going. It's confusing, and it's just not necessary. With that being said, take a look at how disgusting the M39 EMR is to shoot. I mean, it's just like it is like, oh my god. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And the Deagle's even worse, as you can see right here. Now, good news is, as far as I can tell with my testing, the visual recoil doesn't have any effect on your actual point of aim, which is very important. That is to say, you can aim screen center and just like pretty much keep shooting and you'll hit your target, right? The animations and all that, as far as I can tell from my testing, are purely visual, which means if you don't want to deal with this, just slap on a monitor crosshair, right? Because if you want to spam the Deagle, All you have to have is good recoil control and know the center of your screen. And DICE added this recoil without us asking about it anyway. So if you have a built-in monitor crosshair on your monitor, don't use third-party stuff. Just don't. You can just turn that on and it'll help you aim a little bit. But, I mean, guys, it's a dot in the center of the screen. It's not a big deal. DICE adding stuff that we didn't ask for is more of a big of a deal than that. So I say screw them and use whatever you got, pretty much. Now I'm essentially just going to show you guys a bunch of popular weapons. I'm going to show you guys the Bison first. It's not that terrible, obviously. Like I said, I think most of the SMGs kind of went unscathed. You know, it's definitely has that weird side-to-side jitter action, but it's not terrible. The red dot stays relatively center, so if you get it over him, you're probably going to kill him. One other pretty hilariously bad offender is the V-Car, actually, that I'll show you real quick. The V-Car has a crazy bad vertical bounce, especially in the 2X, which you can really see. Like, it's just like the gun's flopping around like a fish. Oh my god. See, you're gonna have to let me know what you guys actually think about these visual recoil changes in the comment section down below, because a lot of people are just deeming them as completely unnecessary. You know, a lot of people are saying we didn't really ask for these, and it's generally just not that good. People are pointing out the P90 is a pretty bad offender of this. I'll do this on 3 different sites for you guys. Switch sites and let me get a reload in real quick. I used the P90 today. After the buffs, it's actually pretty good. I mean, but still, it has a pretty mean bounce to it. Definitely almost visually, like, jarring with the 2X scope. So I'd say definitely just stick to 1.25X's and, again, learn where the center of your screen is, and that'll help you out a lot after this update. One indirect thing that I do have to point out for this update is players that aren't that good will kind of miss you more now. So in a very strange and indirect way, this is sort of God, I hate saying this. This is sort of an indirect increase in the skill gap almost, which is, I mean, it's just kind of unbelievable that I'm saying that, but it is true. I do think people that struggle with, well, aiming and recoil control will now have a harder time hitting you, and the better players will, this pretty much won't affect them, or it'll affect them very slightly. As you can see, the MTAR is this weird sort of almost circular rotation of the, like, of the gun model itself. I'll show you guys some other popular weapons like the Scar and the M5. The Scar is, I don't really notice it when I play, to be completely honest with you. Some people are saying it's one of the worst ones. I have to disagree. I think it's fine. Again, I'm not agreeing with visual recoil being added to the game. You know, if I had my way, I would have never added it. But you know, I don't see this as bad as the M39 EMR. Like, I'll try to hit this guy. Where is he? Right, so like he's dead from, what was that, like 60, 70 meters. You can still beam people just fine. The red dot is still really, you know, where you're aiming. So you should be fine. What was that, 87 meters? I'll show you guys some LMGs now. I showed you guys the PKP, which is of course the weapon I used to demonstrate the recoil bug that they re-added to the game with. And just to clarify any confusion, the recoil bug was not in the game in Season 6. They actually, with my help and Baranox's help, we help DICE actually sort of fix that. Now it's back. So I don't know what they're doing over there at DICE. Here's the M240B. M240B is also recoil bugged to shit. I'll demonstrate that as well. Desynced, as you can see there. Even though they don't have the crosshair overlay up, you can still feel it in game if you want to test it yourself. As far as the visual recoil is concerned, this one just sort of bounces around everywhere. It's kind of ugly looking. I'll leave the video off with, let's say, one of the other most popular weapons in the game, which is the AM40. AM40 didn't get hit too hard, in my opinion. At least not with my setup. Arcom and LWG grip. I think it's relatively fine. I will say when you burst it, it does have this weird sort of left to right twist, almost, if you can see that. It's very strange. But again, if you know the center of your screen, if you're a fairly decent player, this shouldn't affect you that much. The weapon categories that are the most affected are certainly some of the sidearms, like, of course, the Desert Eagle, and a lot of the DMRs, like the DM7, BSVM, M39 EMR, VCAR, and all those sorts of weapons. So I hope you found this video informative. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. My overall thoughts on the visual recoil changes are, of course, they're unnecessary. No one asked for them. They aren't as bad as I thought they would be, but I do hope they fix or I revert the changes. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Follow the Twitch stream. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. I'm going to see you guys later.